Hey everyone, it is I, Tetcher, and I am doing another Heroes of the Storm beta key giveaway between the dates of March 21st, 2015 and March 25th, 2015. In order to see the rules on how to enter, click the link in the description below. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the PGL Champions of the Storm qualifier. This is the lower bracket final. Winner of this will go on to play El Nexo in the grand final, where they will fight for the number 1 and 2 seeds. Loot of this will be taking number 3 seeds. Fnatic have already secured number 4. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me press the play button and introduce you the team on the left-hand side in the blue trunks. Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be SK Gaming. And starting off in the top lane, it is going to be Bakery playing the Nazebo. On the Rhaegar, it will be Rave. In the mid lane, it is Snitch on the Illidan. Zarmony is playing the Tyrande. And in the bot lane, it is Ragi on the Stitches. And their opponents on the right-hand side, they just came out of a defeat to El Nexo. They want their chance to fight them again. It was a 2-1 victory, so they took a game. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Gamers2 Hots. And in the top lane, it is going to be Zaichu playing the Chen. In the mid lane, it is currently ADRD on the Sergeant Hammer. And in the bot lane, it is going to be Zhao on the Tassadar, Leo from Korea on the Malfurion, and Nika will be playing the Valor. Let's bring up, not that tab, let's bring up the talent tab and get this game underway. And a very, very health globe based, oh god, straight away a hook onto Nika, but immediate Volt Shield out of Tassadar, and Valor there able to keep her alive very nicely. But yeah, very heavy reliance on regen globes here out of Gamers2. Running the double regen master and the double Conjurer Pursuit. Hook does not land this time. We have the triple man push in both the top lane out of SK Gaming, relying heavily on the Nazebo there, and the bot lane out of Gamers2, relying heavily on the Tassadar and the Valor. Whereas Sergeant Hammer staying in the mid lane, and it's going to be Sergeant Hammer versus Illidan, and currently Sergeant Hammer is coming out ahead, and we're seeing a very heavy reliance on mines, which makes a lot of sense when you are up against an Illidan. Illidan thinking about going very hard there, but immediately takes a lot of damage from mines, and this is a great play currently out of ADRD. ADRD now immediately going to turn onto Snitch after Snitch dashes in. Snitch not even using his evasion there, probably should have waited before he engaged for that evasion to come back off cooldown. Owl going to come down, not going to hit anyone, but it grants some vision, sees them, even though they can see everyone in the map currently as it is. Having a look at some of the talents as they come up, there's currently nothing out of the ordinary, and as the levels go up, oh sorry, there is something out of the ordinary, the fact that Sergeant Hammer is in fact running the regen master, which is a little bit weird, and ADRD losing out on that engagement quite significantly, being forced to back up a bit and put down some mines. But yeah, Hammer running the regen master is a little bit weird, but taking the extra attack range, just going for a very sustained heavy build here, and regen master combined with double healing wards is going to mean that the team of Gamers2 is going to be quite good when it comes to sustain. And this right here, these 3 mines, what we just saw, this is a strategy that more people need to realize in solo queue. Illidan probably going to get nerfed in the patch that's coming up, but for those of you who are wondering when you're playing Sergeant Hammer, good way to deal with Illidan. The best thing you can learn, just a very simple trick that just helps in most situations, is when you're sieged up, put your mines behind you. Because when Illidan engages, he jumps over you, and that immediately means he's going to take the maximum damage from the mines, and you are in the way of the mines to stop them being eaten up by minions straight away. But now though, first tribute is spawning in 5 seconds. We're seeing both teams roam up to the top lane, and we're going to see more members of El Nexo arrive first, due to the fact that they were all already in this area, whereas Valor and Sergeant Hammer are going to arrive a little late, but Gamers2 still able to take at least preliminary control of this area and land some great harassment onto Rave here, pushing him back thanks to mine. Sergeant Hammer going to use the boost, going to try and chase him down. Healing Totem almost saved Rave, but he does go down, but now it is Bakery who's going to meet the same fate as Gamers2, winning the first fight in convincing fashion and taking the tribute, getting 2 kills. Snitch immediately realizes, yeah, this isn't working, and is headed back to the mid lane to soak. Same to be said of Araragi. He just arrived down in the bot lane. He'll be grabbing the XP from there. And this is SK trying to do some damage control after that very unsuccessful first fight that they did take there. Chen jumping in onto Araragi. These two gonna have some fun. Chen should once again win this trade-off, especially, and is winning it quite significantly here. We can see the ETC has in fact gone for the Regeneration Master build as well, as he is going for, instead of the Chew Your Food, which seems to be something SK were running in most of their games, which is kind of cool to see. Hook doesn't land, so Chen not going to be taking any fort hits anytime soon. Level 7 talents available for both teams. Very usual stuff. Brewmaster's balance. Sergeant Hammer apparently juked. I completely missed it, so I'm not sure what she was able to juke. Hard camp already taken by SK Gaming. Gamers2 just finishing theirs up as well. Yeah, level 7 talents. Very normal stuff. Enduring regrowth, battle momentum, Brewmaster's balance, static charge, first aid, and the Tenderizer for that chase potential. The True Shot aura is a little bit interesting, but makes a lot of sense considering they are running an Illidan. For now though, SK Gaming be forced to back up. Nice dive there out of Snitch, getting out of range of Chen pretty nicely. And nice Tassadar there, absorbing all the hits from the spiders so that Leo from Korea does not get interrupted during his channel. And this is allowing Gamers2 to take their heroics a good level ahead of SK Gaming. And we have the Napalm Strike, Tranquility, the Strafe coming out of Valor, which makes a lot of sense as there's not too much CC on the side of SK Gaming. Down goes Tyrande, that was in the top lane. Looks like ADRD might be meeting the same fate. They appear to have died. In fact, I think ADRD did just chase down Tyrande and is now dying, meeting his fate for being so greedy. I believe that's what happened anyway. But now though, Snitch is dueling with Zaichu in the bot lane, and once again, Zaichu should win this matchup pretty nicely. Level 10 has now been hit for SK Gaming though. Hook, Mararaki does not land. And heroics, we can see the usual stuff. Putrefile, Starfall, Ravenous Spirit, Metamorphosis, and the Ancestral Healing Owl. Gonna not land on Nika, but gives him some good vision. But yeah, we see normal stuff. The Strafe is a bit interesting. Currently only stuns on the side of SK Gaming are in the form of Tyrande's Lunar Flare. There is the potential for Stitches to take a stun on his level 16, but that is quite a way away. So Strafe, for now at least, pretty much guaranteed to get the full duration of as long as she can dodge a Lunar Flare, which is pretty good for the side of Gamers 2 Hots. Tribute spawning in the bottom lane though, very much on the SK side. Gamers 2 not going to take the risk. They're just going to let SK have this. It's only their first tribute. They're not getting one away from a curse or anything. In the meantime, Gamers 2 going to go for something that's a bit safer for them and take their own boss. SK Gaming though pretty much realize this, and they're also going to take their boss, and they're not going to have too much trouble because, well, Gamers 2 are on the other side of the map. Gamers 2 though will finish theirs up first, and they are going to push very hard with it. We're already seeing Bakery and Rave head to the mid lane to deal with the push up there. There's unlikely there's anything they can do though about the top lane, and they also soak some XP away from Chen, completely abandoning the bot lane. SK just going to let the boss push that as hard as they can. They're instead going to group up and try and kill Chen. Nice kick from Chen, dodging the stun out of Tyrande, which would have been the Hook Lunar Flare combo that we see so often nowadays. But that is a pickup for SK Gaming, which is nice for them. Tribute has just spawned. SK are just going to let their towers deal with that boss. Now, Tribute is up. Hook does not land. Lunar Flare was set up, waiting for the moment to happen. And Gamers 2, they want to get in here. Leo from Korea immediately hopping a shield himself as Snitch engages. Snitch is going very, very aggressive. Dimensional Shift though, and Zhao, actually being chased down pretty hard, has to pop his heroic just to stay alive, and this should now be a tribute for SK. Never mind, we're going to see ADRD try and deny this, and Snitch going to chase onto him. Stun does not land, but the Ravenous Spirit kills off Nika, and Snitch is able to body block out Sergeant Hammer enough to pick her off, and this is going to force the 3 remaining members of Gamers 2 to back up, and that does even up the tribute count in so SK Gaming now only need one more tribute to get themselves their advantage back, and they're going to try and get as much XP back as possible from what they had, from the deficit they had, by pushing down this mid lane and trying to take this fort. The enemy golem has now finally met its end after killing off 2 towers and the gate. So SK Gaming, if they can take this down, they will actually gain a fort advantage because their golem was able to take down the fort in the bottom lane. It did die before it took down any towers, but SK Gaming now slightly ahead in terms of forts. thanks to winning that fight. And we can see level 13 talents available for both teams. And we have the Bullhead Mines out of Sergeant Hammer, which, we need to remind you, Spider Mines should be reworded, I think. Spider Mine, the center mine, knocks back a certain distance nowadays, as it used to be all the mines, and that was OP as anything. For now, though, we do see Tyrande with her extra range on her Lunar Flare. Gonna be good if she can hit Valor with that, as it will be the pick-off that they do need. Illidan running the 6th sense. Gotta get that extra tankiness, especially seeing as how much ability damage could be coming in from that strafe. Tribute is available. Whoever grabs this is probably going to take the lead heading into the late game. For now, SK Gaming are going to get there first. Gamers2, though, grouping up. They are getting ready. They're clearing up this hard camp, and they are going to be ready. Stitches lands the hook onto Zaichu, though. Stun does also land. They're going to try and take him down. Barrel does pop, but Zaichu is going to die for this. No, he isn't. He's going to be able to barrel away. Strafe gets the full duration off, but Ancestral Healing goes down to Stitch. Stitch staying alive, and the Ice Block traps Leo from Korea. He's now being chased. There is the Lunar Flare. He is getting stunned. He's drops the shield on himself. He does go down. That's the first death, and ADRD does get hooked in. And SK continuing to give chase. Snitch doing what Illidan does. He continues to chase. He's going on to Zaichu. Zhao drops the shield himself. That will save him, but Zaichu will not be so lucky. And that is 3 kills for SK Gaming. Araragi taking a bit of damage there, is having to back up from Sergeant Hammer, who just does ginormous damage to anyone near him. Level 16 talent is now available for SK Gaming, and they are about to get the first curse of the game, and this will easily allow them to take down this top fort that was already under duress as it was. And we can have a look at some of those level 16 talents from SK Gaming. Double blood for blood on Illidan and Rhaegar, going for that burst damage. Illidan running the blood for blood rather than the stone skin, which is what a lot of people seem to prefer nowadays. Fishing hook coming out of Stitches, just trying to be as rude as possible to the enemy team, pick them off from inside their own base, etc. The extra damage on the Lunar Flare out of Tyrande, getting that extra damage down. Specialized Toxin, the usual thing from Nazibo. Gamers2 will be hitting their level 16s fairly soon, but they are now very far behind of SK, who are just pushing super hard into their base. And you can see their Snitch able to tank a lot of abilities until his evasion run out, thanks to his 6th sense. But now SK Gaming not taking the risk. They're going to back up, not going to get themselves killed. Araragi, though, could land a hook and put this in their favor. There's the owl gaining the vision, so they know that they know where Zaichu is. And there's the hook, using the predictions thanks to the arrow, and they pick him off with the Lunar Flare hook combo. And that gives SK Gaming free range to push in these towers and actually push into this keep a little. However, the curse is just about to expire, so they need to be a little bit careful. They do have all 5 members here and are pushing as hard as they can. Snitch getting an extra bit of shield out of Tyrande there is going to be backing up, as he does not want to get picked off. But great play here by SK. Araragi taking a couple unnecessary shots here. Not too sure about that, but he is able to back up. Other talents being taken by Gamers2 here. They now have the level 16 talents available. But never mind, ADRD gets hooked. He gets knocked down. Strafe doing a whole lot of damage to Snitch, but he gets a heal from Rave. Raver's not so lucky. He's going to be having to back up here, keep himself alive. But all heroics from SK are available, and they are able to get the keep. Very well played by them. Gamers2, level 16 talents. We have the Minefield, which is the increased mines. Good counter to Illidan. Lots of extra damage onto him. 6th sense will counter that a little, but it's one of the best counter plays that Sergeant Hammer has to him. Focus, Hardened Focus out of Malfurion. Just got to get that extra heals off. All those ability casts are important. Blood for Blood out of Valor. Give her the extra bit of survivability and some little bit of burst damage, which is also good counter to Illidan. Pressure Point out of Chen is going to be their main engage ability now, and Tassadar running with Second Strike, which is standard when you run the static charge. And Gamers2 able to grab their own boss, but SK already grabbing their boss in the bottom lane as well. And they're immediately gonna they were gonna think about heading towards their base to defend, though, but in fact they're gonna head towards the Gamers2 hard camp. And there's the hook. There's no Lunar Flare to follow up, though, because Tyrande was too far back, but it does stop Gamers2 taking their Bruiser camp, and that is not good for Gamers2, as now they don't have the time. Now they don't have the time for their Bruiser camp because they have to defend against this Golem, and that is what they're going to do. They're going to pull back and start killing this off. SK Gaming also going to head to theirs. They don't want to lose their first keep. They are going to kill this off as quick as possible. We still the hunt. Have we seen the Hunter's Mark get dropped on it? Yes, we have. Hunter's Mark getting dropped onto this golem, allowing them to kill it off so quickly. Amazing talent to be able to use on a golem. Down it goes. Their keep is safe, and they get their easy camp as well. Stitch is already starting on the Bruiser camp as well. SK Gaming all over the map right now, and the Tribute spawning right next to him as well is just super convenient. SK Gaming all grouped up here. Gamers2 on their way, but Hammer is a bit far back, so if they do decide to fight early, then they're going to have a nasty surprise, because Hammer needs to get here as soon as possible. Hook lands onto Malfurion. He gets stunned. Nice ice block to keep himself alive for a couple seconds, but he's still going to die. Stitch is able to just eat him to death. Nika able to back out, but Snitch is going super hard, but the mines wipe him out. Ancestral healing last second. The evasion was able to keep him alive long enough. Zhao is going to die. He is getting chased down by Rhaegar and Stitches at the moment. Snitch, now pretty much at full health again, is chasing down onto ADRD. ADRD goes down. He will not be able to catch Nika though, but Nika is the only surviving member. SK Gaming going to ignore the Tribute. They can now. They're just going to go straight for the core, and this is going to be game number 1 going over to SK Gaming, putting them 1 game closer to getting to the grand final and fighting for that number 1 seed. Hook does not land, as Horde of the Storms makes you immune to everything. SK Gaming taking the game there pre-level 20. They were level 19, they got very close, but that is going to be the first game to them. So we're going to head into game number 2 as quickly as possible, and we'll see if Gamers2 can make their comeback and get that opportunity to play El Nexo again in the grand final of the PGL Champions of the Storm qualifier, aka Qualifier for DreamHack Bucharest. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the PGL Champions of the Storm qualifier, aka Qualifiers for DreamHack Bucharest. We are in the lower bracket final, and let's see who is about to walk down the red carpet. They are currently 1-0 up and 1 win away from playing against El Nexo in the grand final to fight for that number 1 seed. Ladies and gentlemen, it is SK Gaming on the right-hand side, and playing on the ETC, it will be Zarmony. Rave is playing the Rhaegar. Bakery playing the Valor, and it's going to be Snitch on the Tychus and holding up the bot lane. Once again, Aragi going to be playing the Stitches. Whereas on the left-hand side, in the blue trunks, they need to win 2 more games to give themselves a chance of fighting for that number 1 seed. It is Gamers2 Hots, and starting in the bot lane, it is going to be Zaichu on the Chen. Nika is playing the Sergeant Hammer. ADRD is playing the Nazibo. Leo from Korea is playing the Ufa, and Zhao is playing the Tassadar. For now though, SK Gaming going to be taking control of this top shrine. Gamers2 just going to let that happen. Stitches holding down the bot lane. A little bit interesting, as we usually see him roll into this mid lane area and tries to take control, maybe catch an early game hook when you have 4 people, catch an early kill. Zombies going down very early as well, trying to get some easy damage onto Snitch and to those buildings. Gamers2 with some good pushing potential there. Great damage onto Rave already. Some really heavy harass being dropped on him. Let us bring up the talents as the first chests do spawn. Once again, Gamers2 going very heavy on those regen globes with the Regen Master and the Conjurer's Pursuit. Only 3 this time instead of 4. Whereas SK Gaming, only person running it is Stitches. Other than that, fairly normal. Armor piercing rounds, we will see the grenade level, the next level talent out of Snitch. We have the multi-shot build, we will see that all the way through. EDC, a little bit different. He runs, most of the time, you will see him running the Echo Pedal, so that is expected what we will see this time. And, once again, the Healing Totem level 1. Everyone else running their standard stuff. Hammer being forced to boost out a bit. Currently 1 versus 3, does not want to take the risk of being picked off. Let's have a look at where those coins went. Coins mostly went onto coins actually spread out quite evenly, in fact. 5 coins per team, so that's pretty cool. And we still got quite a while for mercenaries to spawn, so neither team going to be grabbing those that turn in the next couple seconds. Mercenary spawn at 2 minutes. Leo from Korea, though, he is going to be the first blood of this game. Yep, there he goes. Rave being forced to back out here, taking a bit of harassment damage from the Ufa, in fact. And Ufa goes killing off that healing ward. That is very annoying. Sorry, healing totem, because that is coming from Rhaegar. And here we go. Here are the level 4 turn. And yes, Rave Ghost can clean that. So that is very unfortunate for you, as we just saw. And we can see the other, and we can see talent-wise, Stitch is actually going for the extra damage, that putrid gas on his slam, which is pretty cool. Oh, Nazibo went down, completely missed that. I apologize. We are seeing, this is why probably Caldor's going to be the one doing the observing and DreamHack. So, we're seeing that Nazibo, once again, running for the Gathering Power. Everyone else, usual stuff so far, unless Oof is taking something fancy. Nope, just the Protective Shield. On the side of SK Gaming, on the other hand, the Putrid Ground, which is the slam targets, everything hit by slam is also infected with a vile gas, is just some extra damage to come out from him. Arsenal, stand, a multi-shot build to the grenade, as I predicted, Echo Pedal, and the Stitches, and Farsight. The usual stuff for everyone except really for Stitches. So, for now though, we are seeing Snitch push the top lane, and that is huge damage coming out of that grenade. Let's have a look at it here. Frag grenade is an extra 120 damage over a couple seconds. Snitch though, for now, just trying to reposition himself so he does not get caught out and killed off here by the roaming squad from Gamers2. Bakery, for now, just holding the mid lane. He also does not want to get caught out. And the hard camp has finally been taken by Zarmony and Rave. They are now heading towards the turn-in with their 11 coins, which will be enough for the first ship of the game. And we're not seeing anyone from Gamers2 react to this, so this should be a fairly guaranteed turn-in for them. And there it is. Yep, first ship goes over to SK Gaming. And that hard camp, though, not going to make much worth out of that. We see the 4-man push here out of Gamers2. Going to be able to clear that out fairly handsomely. Level 7 talents, available for everyone. Guitar Hero. Ooh, yep, Stitch is out very barely, but he is out. Guitar Hero being taken by ETC for that extra crit damage. He's already running Echo Pedal. It's a lot that most ETCs run nowadays, getting that extra bit of damage. Stitches running the Tenderizer for that chase potential. Battle Momentum for more multi-shot out of multi-shot Build of Valor. First Aid for Tychus for that extra survivability. And the Earth Shield, very standard stuff out of Rhaegar. Whereas on the side of Gamers2, once again, very usual stuff, as Chen has no idea that this Brutus camp is being taken down here, or at least doesn't want to fight 3 people. So he's going to just chill here for the moment. Now he has to clear this Bruiser camp instead. Gibbon being taken by Nazibo for the extra duration on spiders, zombies, and stuff. Oh my. We have the first aid of Sergeant Hammer for the extra survivability. Brewmaster's balance out of 10, usual stuff there. Hook lands on Leo from Korea, but he's able to heal and shield himself and just walk away from that. Cleanse by Ufa to prevent the CC. You can actually cleanse the hook if you are quick enough. And we have the static charge out of Tassadar to make him more of a damaged character. So, heroics already available now that I've finished that. For SK Gaming, we have the Putrid Bile out of Stitches, which is what we're seeing most of the time nowadays. ADRD on the run. We're not seeing any of the heroics currently, except for the Putrid Bile. Everyone is going in for it. Gamers2, all here except Chen, trying to defend against this, and they will lose their fort. So, SK Gaming getting a small advantage out of that, and only having to pop 1 heroic to do it when they were level 10. That was of trying to force a fight and get a kill as well. If they had been able to get a kill, they would have a huge lead right now. As it stands, Gamers2, only losing their fort, are going to be able to hit level 10 themselves and grab their heroics, which are once again, so far, fairly standard, unless we're going to see a surprise force wall, which I severely doubt. So for now, Chen continuing to out-trade Araragi here, but Araragi's been getting a lot of help from his team over this game. Zarmony with the stage dive, just so he can help his team out over on the rest of the map, is the only thing that might be out of the ordinary. But stage dive and mosh pit, both extremely viable in the current meta. We're seeing both of them a lot at the moment. Bakery putting some harassment onto Leo from Korea, whereas Tychus just having some fun with Nika in the top lane, but Nika has more of the pushing potential, but he can't siege up, however, having to rely on minions. The second he sieges up, he's going to hit a grenade to the face. SK Gaming taking the second ship of the game. That's going to be heading up to the top lane, where not too much damage has been done. Unfortunately, Snitch was not able to deal too much damage to that, so that cannon won't kill the 4. I don't think it does if the shot's live. Here comes the stage dive out of ETC somewhere. I think he was just trying to get to the top lane, fully engaged, and Araragi already running the Putrid Bile. Doesn't actually hit many people, and Zhao able to dimensional shift out of there, keep himself alive. And SK once again with a very aggressive play, not really picking off anyone, and they don't get this keep either. We're currently seeing Snitch just throw some grenades on here just to get that extra burn damage, which will help them kill it off as it goes. Look at that, so much damage done to that fort just from that grenade. For now though, SK pulling back, going to be clearing their wave, which was pushed up. They don't really want to give Gamers2 this watchtower, but they will just be able to roll in and take it straight back again, while taking a napalm to the face for their trouble. And now we can see bugged mines. Mines currently bugged with their pathing. They struggle with platforms like this and the temples on the sky temple. Level 13 talents available for SK Gaming. And once again, we're seeing Stitches still filling a little in with the slam stuff. He's taken everything slam except for the increased arc, which is quite interesting. The increased damage, which is quite interesting. But the Putrid still does a lot of damage on its own, and the Regen Master gives him the tankiness he needs without that extra amplified healing regen. Standard Motor Shot build, Lead Rain for the pursuit, which is pretty good. Relentless, just to make sure that they can dodge out of the CC from Chen when it eventually comes in, and Feral Lunge for that burst. He'll be taking Blood for Blood to get that double burst. Valor will also be taking Blood for Blood for that survivability, and I'm pretty sure that Stitches will be running the mini stun so that he can interrupt the Nazeebo ultimate if Nazeebo decides to run that, if Nazeebo tries at any point. SK Gaming, regrouping up, just going to be killing off this bottom easy camp at the moment, whereas the rest of Gamers2 going to be moving up to the top lane and clearing out this boss. They need it to be cleared out so that they can get some more map control. They're going to be able to save their towers and their gate pretty easily. There's a bit of a minion wave. Nice job from Nazeebo there, holding back that minion wave so that it wasn't pushing with the boss. So now they can deal with it independently with the help of Tassadar and his wonderful, wonderful storms, as we see there. And this gives the rest of Gamers2 a good bit of freedom to roam around the map and look for more opportunities to try and get back the deficit that they've managed to give SK. SK, chests have spawned. ETC already at the top one, going to be grabbing all the coins from that without any contention. And the rest of SK in the bot lane going to be able to grab this as well without any competition, due to the fact that the Gamers2 just aren't grouped enough yet. And there's a Farsight. SK can even see they aren't grouped. Rhaegar able to take the easy camp on his own as he can in the mid game. And they're also grabbing the coins from that small camp. They really want to go turn in, but they don't know where Gamers2 are. Now they can see Gamers2, so if they wanted to, they could try and head for turn in, but they know that Gamers2 are very, very near to turn in. So, Zarmony currently hanging around. He is just waiting for the opportunity to stage dive once they know where Sergeant Hammer is, whereas SK Gaming trying to be sneaky. They want to get to turn in, but they need to not get caught out. So they're just going to go for this bottom fort instead, which they can do. They have some Siege Giants, but now Gamers2 are reacting. This should give SK Gaming a good bit of freedom that if they can see all of Gamers2 to head straight to that turn in, and that's what Aragi's doing. He is going to be heading there, but now Gamers2, SK Gaming waited a bit too long. Gamers2 can rotate up here and try and deal with this, but Gamers2 are down. Nazeebo, who's still busy clearing the wave, not going to take the risk, and because of this, SK Gaming going to get the full turn in thanks to Stitches and Rave, and they still have quite a few coins. They have 10 coins left on Zarmony and Bakery. SK Gaming now going to head into the enemy Bruiser camp, and they're going to be able to get it. Not much that can be done about it. And once again, ETC staying as far away from his team as possible, getting split push done, getting XP, and this is what ETC is nowadays when he's running the stage dive. He sits in another lane, gains huge amounts of XP, and joins his team when he is needed. He is the new Brightwing / Falstad in warrior form. We now have one of those pretty much every role. We have an assassin who can join you at pretty much any point, a support, and a warrior. All we need now is a specialist. Well, I suppose there's a Gara. There we go. If you include the Nidusworm. For now, though, SK Gaming just looking for another turn-in. Aragi has 2 coins. Now, ETC is finally near the turn-in when it's open, so he's going to be able to turn in his 11. 16 is required. SK Gaming do not have that at the moment, but Bakery's up in the top lane, grabbing some extra coins, which I think give them enough, actually. 5, 11, yes, that's enough, just between those two, which is why Aragi isn't actually going to turn in at all. For now, though, SK going to back up, wait for Bakery. Wait for backup, in fact, and look for a better opportunity to engage once they know Gamers2 are nowhere near that turn-in. They don't see any point in fighting them in that kind of situation. Instead, just going to roam around, grab what they need. I'm going to look at some of the level 16 talents, as both teams have hit them. We do have the mini-stun out of ETC, Stone Skin out of Tychus, the double Blood for Blood, as it did predict, and the Imposing Presence, which is the usual talent for ETCs to take, and it's a good counter to Sergeant Hammer. Sergeant Hammer, on the other hand, running the first strike talent, which is very interesting considering how long range this team of SK is. It's very likely that Sergeant Hammer's going to get hit and lose that first strike very, very quickly, which is a bit weird. Hover Siege, pretty good though. Going to allow him some maneuverability, allow him to reposition, maybe even dodge a hook if he has very quick reactions. Specialized Toxin for huge amounts of damage coming out the Nazi Bow. Pressure Point, definitely going to be their engage ability, which is what they do need. And Imposing Presence out of Ufa, and this second strike out of Tastar, so usual stuff in that area. SK Gaming grabbing their Bruiser Camp. Gamers2 clearing the mid lane. And Gamers2, they don't really know what to do around here. They're looking for their opportunities to try and turn a fight in their favour, but they can't really the thing is, they can't hit SK head on, and SK doesn't want to hit them head on. SK isn't chasing them around the map and allowing Gamers2 to split up. They're moving as a group to different points of the map and splitting up there, which is what Gamers2 want to be doing. Gamers2 though, finally trying to make the most of this. Well, now that SK got a turn in, they're instead going to push down this top fort, and they will get it. A little bit of extra XP for them, but they do give away the chests over to SK. SK now have another 13 coins in their possession, and it's about to get a lot more. SK now have another 16 coins in their possession. They need 20, I think, on their next turn. I think that was the 18 turn, and we just saw. No, that was the 16 turn, so we need 18 on this next one. So there are 2 coins in this bottom lane, which will give them enough. And there's 2 coins here. They're going to have enough for this turn in. Let's have a look. Yep, it's 18. So they will have enough just by grabbing either this or this. So they shouldn't have too much trouble. They're making their way towards that turn in area now, just clearing the waves, ruining any work Gamers2 have done. And here we go. Ooh, Ufa wants to do it, but his team is so separate from him, he can't afford to. There's the fast set out of Rhaegar. And SK, no, we don't need to do it. We don't need to push into the turn-in yet, because Gamers2 are all hanging around that area. So instead, now that they're all in the bot lane doing the Bruiser Camp, SK Gaming immediately react, turn around, and just decide to do the boss. And this is the joy of the Black Cart's Bay. If your opponent starts doing something, you can immediately move to the other side of the map and do the other thing yourself. And there we go, that's what they're going to do. SK Gaming going to be able to take down this boss very, very easily. And there it goes, and that's even more pressure on the map. They now have easily enough to take out this 2-turn in. However, they do have to defend their bot lane, as Gamers2, making the most of what they can here, has been pushing it very hard. Stitch is about to arrive. He does have the fishing coat, but Nika using this timing to be back so that he does not die. Presto Gamers2 also going to head back to base so that they can defend against this boss. Zarmany has been pushing with it. He's the only one from SK who did not go back to base, but now that he knows that the rest of G2 Gamers2 have gone back to base, he's instead just going to start split pushing and getting some more XP, while the rest of his team turns in. He does need to come down to give his team enough to turn in, as Araragi and Bakery between them only give 15. And there we go, here he comes. This will leave Zarmany with 1 coin, as it adds up to 19. And Snitch taking a little bit of a scuffle at the easy count, deciding not to take it in the end. Instead, backing up to this turn-in area and gonna back up just to make sure they don't want to get caught, which is weird, considering they pretty much knew that Gamers2 were up in this top lane. So they have given away this easy camp back over to Gamers2. However, level 20 is about to get hit by SK Gaming. Araragi just hanging here, waiting for it to happen. Maybe he wants to try and land a hook. It's about to get hit by some mines. There's the hook. He does get Nika. Zombie Wall was not there in time to prevent that hook from landing, which is what Nazibo was trying to do there. Snitch able to steal a coin from all this, and it's just going to push this a bit harder. ETC still up in the top lane, just doing what he does. He's dealing with this hard camp and keeping the XP lead for SK Gaming as much as possible. Level 20 talents, hardened shield out of Stitches just to make him even more tanky. Body of the Storm, just give Valor a bit more of a survivable, it's a bit more survivability. Odin, the big red button, out of Tychus, just for even more damage, because everyone loves damage. Rock God out of ETC, making him even more maneuverable. And the Storm Shield out of Rhaegar. Gotta keep your team alive, mates. Got to keep your team alive. Zarmany still just trying to push this top lane, and he's doing a good job of it. This is why people are running the Echo Pedal talent, because it does just give some pulsing damage. Currently it's 70, and as we can see here, minions, they do have quite a bit of health now, but the Echo Pedal still does some decent damage. We can see it there, pulsing away and doing a lot of damage. Araki landing a stun, And, oh, he gets engaged upon, though. There's the Chen kick. In comes ETZ straight away with the instant reactions. Chen's in the background trying to knock people around. Stitches has already dropped so much goop onto the ground here. Zarmony just disrupting the team of Gamers2. Bakery, I think he just blinked in aggressively to try and do this, but there's so many low members on Gamers2. Nika was in Hover Siege there. He is now trapped away from his team. He does go down. Ravenous Spirit, though, able to take down Snitch. Araragi interrupts it so that he saves the rest of his team, but he will bite the dust for it. And now we're seeing Zarmony, Rave, and Bakery on the run, and they will be able to get out with... in fact, they're going to be able to get out with 13 coins between them. But no, they're turning around onto Zaiju, who pushed a bit too far. Zarmony will be able to take him out with the help of Rave. Bakery is in the back, just receiving the healing of Rhaegar every couple seconds. And now, G2, Gamers2, they pushed a bit too far. Zhao is on the run. There's the Storm Shield out of SK Gaming, and Zhao goes down. And SK Gaming going to be able to take down this fort. Oh, Rave! Rave goes down. Too greedy. It's what you get. And now we're going to see SK Gaming not take the keep. And in fact, they're going to back up, wait for their minion wave, and head for the turn-in. Let the minion wave do the damage that they would have otherwise. They do, between them, though, have 25 coins. So they're pretty good for a turn-in, and the fact that the chests are available. There is a coin here, but it doesn't matter. Catapults already on the core, but the minion wave will stop that in its tracks. Another turn-in will take down this keep. They don't even need to risk their lives for this. There we go, full turn-in, and there's still 2 chests, which will bring them back up to 15 coins, and all the mercenaries on the map are currently available. Boss will be available in 50 seconds too, so SK not going to have any trouble. There we go, there's all the buildings, just the keep to go, and that will only take a couple shots. SK Gaming grabbing all the coins, Gamers2 respawning, attempting to work out what to do. It looks like they're going to decide to head down to this bruiser camp and to grab that just to give themselves a bit of pressure in the bottom lane. They need to do something, and pressure in the bottom lane might at least distract SK long enough for them to maybe roll in and grab that boss, which could give them a chance of making a comeback. For the meantime, though, this bruiser camp will have to do, and there is going to be a bruiser camp in the top lane as well for SK Gaming, which is going to be incredibly difficult for Gamers2 to deal with. And we're actually seeing Sergeant Hammer go back to base to defend the top lane. SK Gaming got their bruiser camp. They're now heading for the turn-in. Bakery with 12 coins. Do they have enough? Snitch with 4. That's 16. That's 22. I think that's enough, isn't it? Yeah, that's enough. That's 22 coins between them. And Araragi also has another 3, but SK Gaming deciding to do the boss first. Now they're going to back out, keep it aggroed, but not take it because they can see Gamers2 are on the way. Leo from Korea has been separated from his team. Nice Divine Hurricane catching 3 people, but it's not going to be enough. Storm Shield has been dropped from from the side of SK Gaming here. Nika is the one who gets hooked. Ravenous Spirit gets interrupted by the great rate of vengeance from Bakery, and the Ancestral Healing keeps Bakery alive. He's turning around onto Nika now. Kick, I think, didn't kill anyone. Zaiju in the middle of this, still completely fine, but that's the problem with Tank Chen. He is good, he does do decent damage, and he is very tanky, but doesn't do enough damage to force people to turn around and ignore your teammates for. And it doesn't matter what we saw there, SK killing off the entire team of Gamers2, and just immediately turning around and just like, oh yeah, Chen's still alive, and then killing him off. Didn't need to worry about him beforehand, and that is a 5-0 for SK Gaming. They're turning in the coins they have. That's going to be a full turn-in. Rhaegar is in fact just heading for the core. There's already a hard camp in the top lane, and that is going to be GG. SK Gaming, full turn-in. They're going to try and make it there before the game ends. Most of them won't, but that is GG. SK Gaming will move on to the grand finals to play against El Nexo for that #1 seed at DreamHack Bucharest. And Gamers2 HOTS have secured that #3 seed just above Team Fnatic. So, huge congratulations to SK, and tomorrow's video will be the grand final, El Nexo versus SK Gaming.